Well, happy Friday, and we are back. I am back. I hope you guys are back. Well, we worked on this morning, and let me get everything out of the way here. And we ended the last video making some frames, so kind of a recap here. All right, I think we're ready. Oh, and I did find my words. You're not going to believe where they are. They were actually shipped to one of our international customers, and so it will be in her box. I need to touch base with her. My husband was helping pack some boxes this morning and did not realize that those weren't supposed to go in there, but they did, and that's okay too. All right, we're going to get started. I'm just going to organize a little bit here. We have some work to do on this page. So we want to turn this page into this page. In the beginning, I show a strip that we cut, and it came from the cover sheet of your coordinating solids. And it's the blue one. So I'm going to use the blue, and then we have another strip, and I'll get you the exact measurements, which I'm hoping that I did not cut into. And I did not. It's a miracle. There we go. So those are the two things that we want right this moment. We're going to have a blue strip here, and then we'll put this right down the center. It's almost the right size, but not quite. Because the blue is going to be 1 3/8, and then we're going to cut the pattern at 1 1/8. And then this is 8 inches long. And I don't believe I cut it extra long. No, I did not. So I'll cut my 8 inches long, and then 1 3/8 wide. And this strip will also be 8 inches long, but 1 1/8 wide. I don't know if it will make it. Oh, it's already 1 1/8 wide. We're good. That doesn't happen too often. And we're going to put this right on top. They are the same length. And then we're going to set that in about a 1/2 inch. Now, we made a frame this afternoon or this morning, and it was the 4.5 by 6.5. So before you put that down, well, this is going to have to overlap just a little bit. It does overlap on there. If you want to put it right at the edge and then move this, which I think I'm going to do this time because I'd put it down after, but I want to move it so that the whole border strip. So I'm going to bring actually this frame over to the edge. And if you want to know how to make this frame, we made it in number 4. And I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges, and then I will cut a 4 by 6 piece of white matting. Okay, so let's take some of the white and let's cut that 4 by 6. Okay, I'll have it open that way because that does look like, well, it can go either way. So I'm going to center that more, and then I'll put that down first. Hi, Monica. Thanks for joining. See, the minute I get live. Well, Monica, thank you. I'm here, guys. Sorry. It's just the minute I went live, my neighbor messaged, and I need to have Rick go out front. Okay. Well, I'm glad somebody does. I know that these binder albums can be boring for some where we're not building, but I know there are some out there that just love them. Okay, I did put that almost over to the edge of the matting. And that seems it is just a hair over the top. Are you just hanging out at home tonight? In your craft room, I hope. When I used to work outside the home years and years ago, I would not only get up early, and we're talking sometimes 4 in the morning or 5:30, so I could get an hour of crafting in before I had to go to work. Then I'd come straight home, dinner was usually in the crock pot, then I would hurry up down to the craft room while the food was finishing just to get another hour in crafting. It was finally said, I don't want to come home and do this anymore. I want to craft all the time. Oh no, and you had to go to work? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I hope you get better fast soon. So this now we'll come back and we'll be doing all our decorating. So we won't be done tonight like I thought, but that's okay. So on here at the end, we'll be creating our tags. So this page is now at the decorating stage. So we can put this one away. And the only thing we need to do here, let me show you, is our waterfall. And you're going to cut your pieces 3 3/8. Hi, Judy, by 3 3/8. And what I did is I'm going to do the same. It'll be with the scraps. So I am not even going to mat that one right now. And then we will be, oh, and another reason we'll put the white matting here when we're done is because that was the cover sheet. So we just have our embellishing to do. So I'm just going to turn this one over and let's do this page. If you had your green left, I did not. But I think I have this bluish color. And so I'm going to use this bluish color that was left over. It's number 2 solid paper. And we're going to cut a strip that is 2 1/8. And make sure, see this one, I remember I cut a little bit. Nope, I did not. It's 8 inches. So 2 1/8 by 8. And I'll cut my 8 first. And then 2 1/8. The blue don't look too bad. And the frame that we fussy cut from the packaging is what is going to sit here. So the inside, this was not a frame that we made, is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, I believe. Yeah, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to cut a 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. 4 3/4. Yep, 4 3/4. So that's 5. It's 5 1/4. So 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. That is a pretty blue. Four 3/4, sorry. So I was right about the measurement here. And we already, I already inked this. Okay, about 5/8 of an inch from the left. That's approximate. I think I went more half this time. That's a little bit more. in the frame. You just want to leave room here for that. And see the balloons, they'll go on top of the photo mat a little bit when we put those on. That's why we have that open anyway for our photo. Okay. Oh, that one. Okay, we can put this one back in. So when I decorate, I don't want to be messing with any of the matting. I know I kind of do that different, don't I? So we've got a photo mat here, and then that's just a plain white piece of matting cardstock. And I knew I was going to use that. Remember, I said I didn't want to cut into that wood grain. Let me grab. Those are the frames we made this morning, except for that one. Okay, from the wood grain, the puppies are good. We've had the door closed all day in the bedroom, so they can't even go up. I mean, they can go upstairs. They can't go in our bedroom. We're training them now. You're not going in there tonight. That's all there is to it. This is going to be difficult, you guys. So we're going to go 4 inches by 3 inches. Let me see how long that is. Yeah, we got to go 4 first. Yeah, tonight they have their nice little beds in the hallway outside of our door with their minkies, and our bedroom door will be shut. Yeah, no more. So that's 4 by 3. This is going to be 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And the bottom ones, we want to just cut a white where we're going to put that floral on top. It's 3 by 4 also. So we want two, this is 3 by 4, the wood grain, and then the white is also 3 by 4. You know, I know. I don't know how it's going to work out, but Monica, I will, it's supposed to rain all day, so we'll see. If it's raining, then I will be live to finish our album, because I had a kind of an interruption, so I was hoping that we could get our album done, but it may go into next week, but that's okay. We don't have anywhere to go. And I may do a really late, early morning video because the dogs are having a fit and we can't sleep, but they're not. We got to stick with this. Wilbur's the one I worry about because he slept in our room for 8 years. But he's the one up and down and up and down, and then he gets mad when the others get on the bed and they howl and holler, and no more. All right, we're just going to put these down. Leave about 1/4 inch from the left. And then also, see my phone, it just goes off constantly, and I even have a filter. What is with all the spam calls? At least it says potential spam, so I don't answer them. They're driving me crazy. Okay, so we have a horizontal and a vertical. Well, Lori, better late than never. Okay. We're ready for decorating there, and we're ready for decorating here, so we can move on to our next one. This one, we have the frame on the back, and it's the small frame. And then before I put the frame down, I want to cut, oh, here's a nice scrap, and it's, I used kind of the greenish here. I want a brown one. I am going to cut one of our tabs, if it's big. There we go. No waste there, because this does need to go on first. Or we can go with the blue. I think I'll go with the blue. And then we'll add that before we put on the photo mat, the white. So I'm going to center that. Well, hi, everybody. You snuck in when I wasn't looking. Ah, it's a little bit crooked. There we go. Well, hello. Yes, it is a Blessed Friday for sure. So the frame itself is 3 by, it's not quite 4. So I'll cut a 2 3/4 by 3 1/2 piece of white. Not wide enough and not long enough. Oh, nope. My husband was, Christina, was getting calls telling him there was fraud on his card. The problem was, his card is my card. It was my card. Well, they kept calling and calling. So I did, oh no, they called my phone. And they definitely, it didn't sound like they were here in the States. I told her, no, I will call Chase Bank myself and I will take care of it. And she says, why can't I just take care of it? Now you got me on the phone. I know the information. I'm like, but I don't know you. And I will call Chase Bank myself. And she says, then you talk to my supervisor. And they got belligerent, absolutely belligerent with us. It was Wednesday. Scream. And I'm like, okay, I hung up. Called Chase and they're like, no, there's no fraud on your account, but they went ahead and changed our numbers. And yeah, you got to be careful, Christina, because I don't know why they don't have, they need to craft, they need to get busy with their hands and stop all this fraud stuff and find something to do. Yeah, please be careful. Do not. The bank, like the bank said, we don't call and we don't do it that way. Okay, put that one in your book. But they were mad. Seriously mad. Because I wouldn't talk to him. Okay, let's cut a 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. No, 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. for the top. Not quite. But they haven't called back since, so I guess I got rid of them. Okay, that's going to go on the top. Remember, my paper is a little different. And then my bottom one, which I want to go ahead and just cut. It's going to be 5.5 by 3.5, or 3.5 by 5.5. I think that's long. Nope, it's not. I always like to use my scraps. You know, I really don't use my bank. That's the thing. I use, we have one card that we use. That way also, if our auto pays, they never get interrupted. If there's a problem, we've only had one problem. And then we pay it monthly because I'm not going through that. Okay, we're going to have this little frame that we created here on the back. So I'll go ahead and cut, and it's 3 by 4. And I think I have a piece that just might fit now. Yeah. So the piece that fits, this is the one we made. It's 2.5 by 3.5. Oh, there we go. My frame's a little bit crooked. I noticed. So on this one, but it doesn't show on the camera too bad. So I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Nikki. Hi, Nikki. Do you realize how early it is in the morning? But Nikki, I have to tell you, the mystery of the chipboard words was solved. I couldn't find them this morning. Were you on when I couldn't find these? Well, my husband, I kept asking him, do you remember seeing him when you were packing that box for Nikki? Do you remember? Because we were getting your Seasons of Creativity. You've got a package. This is really funny. You've got a package of words coming to your house. So just use them, keep them, because they got put in your box. Those are one of those, remember, from our tabs. There we go, on there. Anyway, I know I said, Nikki's, this will be funny when I tell her. So I'm going to put this over here. The thing is, there we go. Our flowers will show. Well, even Lexi came. I said, Lexi, down here in the studio, have you seen those? I'm putting this one in the corner to see more flowers. She said, yes, I saw them right there on your desk. And finally, Rick walked in. I said, Rick, when you were packing the box, he goes, oh, no. Yeah, he said, were they this? And I said, yeah, they're in Nikki's box, he said. Hi, Tumbly. Okay. Now the bottom is the 3.5 by 5.5. And I hope you're still in bed, Nikki, because the time frame, you should be sleeping. Those words go that way. Oops. So we'll have some decorating on the inside and a little bit on the outside. Whoops, that's glue. I want glue on there. Okay, you can put that one away. And this one, the only thing we have to do is if you want to mount the back, and I will still wait till make sure I have the cardstock, but we are going to just decorate that. So we don't even have to take that one out. And then on this little guy, so I left these plain just for the photos. And on the back is where I put a white photo mat. And we're going to cut that at 3.5, again by 5.5. No, that's okay. Hopefully you'll fall back to sleep. Oh, and it does go on the back side. My typing is like that when I'm all awake, so you're doing great. So that goes to the back. Right, let's go ahead and we're going to do the matting on the front of our little flaps here. And these are 3x3. Thought I left the balloons out because it's going to be these guys. I did not. Okay, so the balloons are on the outside, and then I just used the solid cardstock on the inside, except for the bottom one will have two of the mattings. I'll just leave that off for right now. So we want to cut 4 from this little guy. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 2 7/8. By 2 7/8. No, Nikki, no, I don't want them. No, you take them and you use them. You know, you can use them for other things too. That's what's nice about these words that I really liked, and the colors are quite neutral. You can use them for birthday cards. You can use them for anything. No, you use them. No, by then we'll have all these new lines. It's going to be, no, you keep those. I'm just glad they were found. And that I really am not as crazy as it seems. Okay, so I'll get my 4 out of this strip. Oh, you're very welcome. It's not much of a birthday present though. When is your birthday? Of course, I can look and see. I have ways. Now I really can't put these like back in order because, except for the top and the bottom, because we cut it in a strip, but see how these two will match? And then one goes on the inside, so nope, goes this way. Oh, that kind of matches, doesn't it? Nope, this one matches better. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's almost like perfect. Actually, it does match. So that's just luck. Oh, that's right. You and my daughter Kara, Lexi's mom, you have almost the same birthdays. Hers is the 22nd. I knew that. That's right. And you two are about the same age. Or you are. You might be younger. I'm old. I'm older. Yeah, we had this conversation. I remember now. Hi again, Diane. Oh, no, well, I don't really consider it old. I really don't. I'm older though. I certainly don't feel. Come here. I don't know why she's crying. I certainly don't feel my biological age. You guys, why won't that open? You know what I did? Oh my gosh, you guys. Did you see what I just did? Oops. I didn't even realize that that was closed. I mean, that was open. Okay. Well, that still matches. And wait a minute, Charlotte, what's the matter? It's really a good thing I have an extra sheet. Because, well, I know, I don't know why she's crying. Why are you playing? I don't know. You know what, though? Somebody could be here. She's a boob. Charlotte is very, okay, we'll put that away. Charlotte is very, I don't know. She's just very scared of everything. She's skittish. No, it's my fault, but it's funny. So my inside will have balloons, and that's okay. Just make sure. So I got a little bit of glue there. That's okay. Nothing that we can't fix. Charlotte. You know, I think that's what it is. Somebody must be here. Because I have this extra sheet, I'll probably do all the insides of mine balloons then. Otherwise, you can go ahead and do yours with your solid cardstock. What I did, and I'll show you, I did alternating. After I put, oh, I used the one meant for here. I'll have to cut one more. I'll show you after I do this so I don't mess up again. Oh, it's going to be ugly. We tried this once before when she was little. And you want to know why it didn't work? When I shut them out of our room? Because she was crying and my husband couldn't stand it. And he says, I'm just going to go sleep on the couch with her. Well, that didn't train her to do anything. She's a beagle. Now she knows he's going to come to her rescue. I said, tonight, you're not going out there. You're just going to have to deal with it. Okay. So what I did was green and brown. And here, see, I did the opposite. So it would stay that same pattern. And you can just play with yours because mine's going to be all balloons when I'm done. He is a big softie. So green, and you can just kind of alternate there the colors that you like. And then on the inside, I'm just going to go ahead and cut. Ooh. So I won't do that right now, so we can move on. I will get those cut, and then I will put all balloons on the inside. And after a while, I think these will calm down and stay flat, but I'll put a paper clip for right now. Okay, the back. We'll cut these. I think we've already done the matting. Oh, no, we did not do all of it. Okay, inside, so I just took a strip of cardstock. So you'd have some journaling spot. It's just 1 1/8 by 5.5. So just go through your scraps. And that was the other piece from this morning. I think I'm going to leave this that width, have another journaling spot, and cut this down to the 5.5. No, I won't take a break. We'll have to work on this tomorrow and get this done. And on my Sunday, I usually do take a break. I usually do because I've got to get caught up on things. I'm going to see where we get on this tonight, just this matting, and then I'll know tomorrow. But I probably, it'll be towards evening, my evening. Why? Do you have some wild plans? No, I do want to get this done because I also have my Prima Halloween I want to play with. And I have so many others I want to play with. And do some tutorials with you. Okay. That will also lay a lot flatter once it calms down and has the chipboard. Okay, we can put this one back. Okay, the front. We pretty much did the matting. It was just this inside, and all you have to do is measure that. The inside of mine had the polka dots and then the solid, which I won't do right now because I don't have. But we want to go ahead and turn it over. I want to make this frame with you. Yeah, they're 1/2 inches also. So what I did is I measured my paper here, and it was 7. So I made my frame. Oh my gosh! If he throws that bowl, you guys have beagles. They're like toddlers. can't believe you just did that. He walked down and threw it. So we're going to cut 2 of them. They're going to be 1/2 by 7 and 2 1/2 by 5. And I don't have any of this pink, I don't believe, but let me see. If I have something close. To have the blue. But I need 3 of them. Oh, I can use that side. Hey, let's do it. This is called ingenuity, using everything, right? So we're going to cut, need 3 strips of 1/2. And they have to be at least 7 inches long. I think yes. Oh my gosh, Diane, you haven't seen my earlier videos, have you? He'll stand at the top of the stairs and actually throw, if we don't put the bowls up right away, he'll throw them down the stairs during my other lives. So see, I can use the back side here. Oh yeah, let me tell you. Not only do they throw their bowls, they're just plain old naughty. What can we say? Okay. We know this is 7, so on this one, I am going to cut this down to 7 inches. And maybe just like a 1/16 of an inch longer. It's funny, but it's naughty. Okay. Then we're going to create our frame just like I did this morning, except over here, we'll mark it and we're going to cut it. Oh yeah, that one too. Yeah, I have plans for that. You know what? Maybe that's the next one I'll do. No, that is the next one I'll do. The album that we created to replace the G45, I'll do that one next. Okay, if you didn't catch this morning's, you just put that right on top. Then you want to go from the outside to the inside, and let's draw the line. We only have to do this on one side. Match it to the top. Now this one we really don't want to cut any length, and match that inside. Oh, I'm gonna beat him. Okay, we're gonna do it to the bottom. Again, from the outside to the inside. No, give me that hole. Let me find a place. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to beat him. I just did this backwards. So good thing we have another side. Yep, I sure did. So on the bottom, you need to do the inside to the outside. The top is the outside to the inside. The bottom is opposite. I'm going to have some very expensive beagles up for adoption very soon. And why they are expensive? Because all of the years that we've put into them, but they're going to find out real fast they may be adopted. So watch for application process. Stop it. Okay, now I'm going to match that up to the edge. Making, yes, they are, but it's very naughty. I know you guys didn't come for that. Oh, Nikki, your mom is there visiting? That's awesome. Stop. Okay. This does, I kind of glue it down really light on the edge, enough to slide a photo in. But now I'm just going to hold it down, push against the matting, cut it, and then just straighten it up. And next time when I do this, I will do it before I put my matting down. Oh, I don't like scary movies. I don't watch them because I get nightmares. Does anybody else get nightmares? Okay, I'm going to just push my frame out a little bit here. That will be fine. Stop it. Okay, so on this one, I'm just going to go on the outside edge so I can slide a photo in. Yeah, me either, Diane. And Lexi, my granddaughter, oh my gosh, they love them. I'm like, nope. Oh, I know, me too. Lori, I am too, and there's no reason for it, but I always think there's somebody down there. See, now I can slide my photo in, and then I can secure it down even more after I put a photo in. And I did that just to give it a little different interest. I'm just making sure the glue is away so I can slide a photo. Oh, yeah. See, that'll be great. Or you can slide tickets or... Oh, that's right. Well, I hope you're... Oh, good. I'm glad he's coming home, and I hope he's doing well. Okay, we can pop that one away. Because you guys have been through quite a lot this last quarter. Okay, these guys are done for now. We just have our decorating. Oh yeah, we're going to be decorating tomorrow night and getting this done. And then you're right, Nikki, I'm going to move on to G45 and that album. Oh yeah, I know you miss him too. And okay, this was the packaging, and I had told you I thought it came from Little Dreamers, but it didn't. But I believe it comes from your Little Celebrations. And Little Dreamers and Little Celebration is different. But you know what? This is pretty. And I'm going to use my packaging again for this because I'm out of the wood grain. Monica, I almost put, you're not going to believe this, I almost bought Homer a Chucky costume and I almost did it because it was so funny. So 5.5 by 3.5 is this frame. And I didn't. So we're going to have to cut. How long is that? Okay. So our packaging, I'm just going to move it up from 6 a little. We'll save that. And let's cut 1-inch strips. We're going to make another frame. Did I tell you 5.5 by 3.5? I sure did. And actually, I think the packaging, it makes a really nice frame. You know what? Well, you're going to see them in their costumes this Sunday on the Weekly Wolves. Okay, I'm going to cut 2 pieces 5.5. So get ready. Oh, Diane, listen to this. Do you guys remember when The Exorcist, the original one, came out? I really didn't know what it meant, but everybody in school was going to see it with their parents. My parents were appalled, of course, and my dad was like, well, you know what? Let's take her. I think I was 15. Let's take her so she can see and stop nagging us about it. I about wet myself. My mother was covering her mouth and just, man, but they took me and let me sit there. And it was the most awful thing I've ever watched. And I have never seen a horror movie since. Okay, from the top to the inside. Yeah, I've never gone back to a horror movie. Nope, never will. Oh, did you see? I won't see it. No, I can't deal with that. And I think some of it is because I was the only girl. And my brothers kind of put me through heck. Back then when the Ouija boards were popular. I got locked in a closet with one. Well, Nikki, you and Lexi can watch horror movies together because she loves them. When she was 3.5, I don't even think she was 4. And my daughter was at work. Her dad was gone because he was in the military. There was a little haunted house down here by our house they put together in the field. And so Kara told me I could take her. And my son, her brother, took her, and she loved it. And all she could say was, when she heard the chainsaw, oh, that nice man, he's going to build a house. And Rick and I'm running out having a heart attack and a coronary right there in the field. And there's Lexi. Oh, Mima, he's such a nice man. He's going to build a house. Oh, no, he's going to kill us with that thing, Lexi. And she has loved them ever since. She doesn't, this isn't sticking. She doesn't get scared or nothing. I'm like, you're crazy. Yeah, sometimes your packaging is kind of slippery, so. And I'm really trying to straighten this up. There we go. She is funny. And you wouldn't think she would be one that likes the haunted houses, but she does. Okay, I'm going to turn this around because it's sometimes easier to get your angle up here. So these take just a minute to do, but when you don't have any in your packaging, in your packages, I love to make them. Well, I do too. I like Halloween too. The non-scary Halloween. I miss the days when we had our horses. Because my son, Steven, he would put a pumpkin on his head and ride through the neighborhood, and it was so cool. But I don't want horses again. They're a lot of work. They're as much work as this frame's becoming. It just came apart. Okay. While that's doing its thing, I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock of the white matting to fit in there that is 3 by 5. Well, it was sure fun. Oh, I need to trim. Make sure you trim your frames if anything's hanging over the edges. And then everybody that sees your album, they'll say, I didn't have those in my 49 Market kit. And you're going to say, because you have to make your own. And then actually from the other kits of 49 Market, if you had any leftover frames, I don't know if we did though. I like using them. You might have some of the bee, if you did the bee one, you might have some of those left over. Okay, now this little guy, I'm actually going to turn it around. I'll clean that up better. Some of the glue shows, but it'll scrape off. That's what's nice. This is going to sit over to the right hand side, and then we'll have the balloons and the package. Oh no, that is too funny, Diane. That is, that'd be really funny. Coming down the street on a horse on Elm Street with the pumpkin on his head. Now, Sleepy Hollow I'll watch, but that's really old, so it's not scary. Okay. This one just decorating. Okay, let's put that back. Okay, my finished album, just my pages are starting to fall out because it's so heavy. I mean, they're so big. Okay. Oh, and okay, these next 2 pages, we don't have to do anything here because we've already done it. We'll just add a photo mat, I think. Oh yeah, let's just go ahead and add our photo mat to the inside. So I want to have all that matting done so we can just decorate tomorrow. So 3.5, or what is that? Oh, 3.5 by 3. Well, 3 5/8 by 3. And then the back side, we don't do that. It's those 2 that match. Okay. Well, 3.5 by 3, that'll work instead of 3 5/8. That's fine. Ooh, is it really? That would be kind of neat. Ooh, I can't, you know what? Now I'm getting excited to work on the G45 Ghostly Greetings because we can tell scary stories while we're working on it. I've already made the album, so all we'll do is mat it next week, and we can have a scary story night. So get your scary stories ready. Okay, let's put this one away, and that's the wrong place. Oh, that's the wrong book. No wonder there's two the same. Okay, this one, we don't do anything to that, but we are going, oh, this is, you guys, we only have one more after this. I know, won't that be fun? So we'll start that next week on Tuesday. I'll see how Monday goes because I work at the store on Monday. All righty. We need to mat all of these little parts and pieces. And I'm going to start on the inside. Here I did do two pieces. Ooh, I must have got that too close to the edge. Now I can't go off the measurements from this because it all depends, if you remember watching, it all depends on how much you did an overlap here. And so I want you to measure yours. See, mine measures 5 5/8. Kind of hard to see with the white. Yeah, 5 5/8, but it's still going to be the same 6. So we know it's 5 5/8. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use these. We should have 2 of these and then a partial sheet. And okay, I'm going to do the same. This one, I use this top one, the flowers. So I'm just going to use the balloons. And I'm going to cut it at, did I cut it at 3? I did. We're going to cut this one at 3. So I'll do, you know, I'm going to taking it from this end. So it's 5 5/8. So I want 5 1/2. So like I said, I do want you to measure yours. And then the bottom's 3. Well, not quite. And I want the solid. So I'm going to cut a 2 1/2 piece. Let's do 2 3/4. Again, measure yours, but the width that I'm doing is fine. It's just going to be your side to side. I'm cutting mine at 5 1/2. And then what I'm going to do is the same thing. I want a border strip across the center that is a different color. There we go. Wait, is it? Oh, it's perfect length, 5 1/2 and 1/2 inch. Now that's using our scraps. So now put that across the center. A little different color than the original one, but that's okay. And if you didn't join me on the other day, I can't remember what day it was, I did do the remake. If you have Ghostly Greetings, which is okay, even if you didn't buy the Ghostly Greeting kits, you can make the album and then follow along. I'm going to mat it. We'll mat it next week and decorate it. So I'm not going to follow I'm not following the G45 instruction sheet if you bought the kit. Theirs is very nice. I really haven't looked at it, but I'm going to do me. So that's what you get. And the album, like I said, the album's already made, so you can pop over on my YouTube. Or if you've bought the album and just yours is okay, or you fixed it, then you can use yours. Or you can follow, we can be together, and then you can just be working on, if you're doing it like the kit. Because like I said, it is cute. Okay, so the main thing to remember, everything's 6 inches. And our 2 side panels are going to be 3. So you're going to want 4 pieces. And I have this one left. So I need 4 2 7/8. Well, you're welcome. By 5 7/8. So I'm just going to cut my paper at 5 7/8 because that's the height. And I'll cut 4 2 7/8 front and back. And I did use more of a solid. Let me show you on the back of here. But I'm going to use this. I'll use this in just a minute. So that's the thing. This little guy, he does have, oh, you're welcome. He does have a lot of matting. And you can use either the polka dots. So I think I'll use the solid on the inside. And then I'll put my polka dots on the outside. Okay. I'll put the 2 solid pieces inside. Well, thanks for reminding me, because you know what? I really do want to get it done anyway so that I have it for our Halloween pictures. And I'm hoping the weather's good. It's supposed to be pouring rain again tomorrow, so we can't do the yard sale. And I'm hoping that means our Halloween will be nice and clear because we do chili, and we got neighbors. They go all out. Let me tell you, they'll be out front barbecuing, giving away full cans of soda. They go crazy here. And I always do have pictures. And I didn't put my pictures from last year because my husband was in New Hampshire. I don't know if you guys saw it when Lexi and I were out giving candy out in our blow-up costumes. So I need to get those pictures. They're not going to be really scary and ghostly greetings, but at least I'll have an album for them. Oh, wait a minute. Monica, do you and Diana know each other? Okay, so my polka dot's going to go on the back side. Oh, our neighbors are. Except for last year, we had a bunch of teenagers still trick-or-treating, and it was 10 o'clock at night. And our little guy across the street, he's just his little sweetie, so I got to get him something special. He has autism, but he's not, he's very, you can tell it's not severe. And he was mad. We put candy out and he came for candy. It was late with his dad, and the teenagers took it all. I was really sad. So I have to get him a special treat this year. But Monica, have you and Diane been talking? Because this is what I find so awesome. How everybody just kind of joins up together and already we're just like friends. Guys, I got to check this. I'll be working. I'm just mute. Okay, me and Sally. Sorry, it was the vet. I'm telling you, everything at once. They're still working too. Um, let's put Homer's having his teeth cleaned Monday. I don't like it. We got to do something different because I don't like them to have to be put out. But it's necessary. But I had to talk to him because they don't want him till 10 o'clock. Do you know what it's like to get up at 6 and not feed a beagle till 10 o'clock? I mean, not feed a beagle when you get up. This is going to be ugly. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm going through to see if there's possibly anything left. And I do have this one. So that'll be really cute. Oh, and these two are two. Oh, let me give you some measurements. This one is also 2 7/8. So what I'm going to use this one on is, let me show you when this closes. So I'll put this one here. And these ones are only going to be 1 5/8. And I still need 4 1 5/8 by 5 7/8. So let's see what we can do. I know I can get 2 for sure, and it may be only 2 then. It's only 2. So we'll go with those 2. Now this is 6 already. So I'm just going to bring this down to 5 7/8. Take that little bit of an edge off. And the inside, I will cut 1 5/8. Yeah, 1 5/8. We're going to cut 2 for the inside there. And it's very possible, oh, there goes my blade, and it's a new blade. It's very possible that you are working, if you guys are doing this, just so you know, when you go to do your tutorial, it just is all going to depend on how much paper you have left. Do you see this? Like, this is it. That we don't want to cut. So I know for a fact we're not going to get to 2 7/8 out of that one. And so, and I don't want to cut our cover. That would be disastrous. Okay, well, I cut into that one. Looks like I'm just going to have to use another sheet, guys. So, I'm sorry. If you're working along with me, you might have to pick up another sheet. Oh, wait a minute. You know what we could do? No, I don't like it. Okay, so I took the other sheets. So I have 2 of these. And that's what I'm going to use for my other 2 7/8. So basically on this one, for some reason, and I'm sure it has to do with the way I cut the paper, I was just short a 6 by 8. So even the baby, if you have the baby left over, it will match. And then I'll put the floral. No, I won't. I'll put the other side of this one. Okay, that works. So this is just kind of like, and these need to go on the inside here. This is kind of like a lesson in using every last bit of paper. Oh, I already took it out. I have a new blade, but it just shreds this paper. And it really shows on the solids. So yeah, Homer goes in bright and early for his teeth cleaning Monday. And that means none of them can eat till he leaves. I don't know how we're going to do this, because our vet works banker's hours. I don't know. They're still working, actually, so. Oh, fingernail file, Christina. You just pick them up at Sally's Beauty Supply. I just picked them up, and they're just fingernail files. Another one I like is the block. So you can pick up the blocks, that you do the fingernails with. Those are handy too. Because after all, paper is wood. And or you could take your scissors and then scuff it up if you want it to be a little more shabby looking. And then it will match the shabbiness from your blade. Yeah, and then you've always got a fingernail file when you need it for your fingernails, right? I have this one, and then I have more of a smooth one for delicate paper. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. So I'm going to just go ahead and finish up here. No, the blue is going to go on the inside. And sometimes you can just take your fingernail. Yes. And you know what? And I like tools that aren't expensive. Anything that has the word craft related on there, and it could be just an everyday tool. They like to charge us double and triple, right? You can even pick them up at the dollar store. But I think what they're $1.25 now. No, I'm going to use the other side for here. Oh, good night. We miss you too. And we'll see you tomorrow, maybe. Okay. Did I not? I didn't count that side. Okay, well, we'll worry about that one here in just a minute. I know, this is the no fun part where we have to sit here and mat. No. There it is. They've got some photo spots, little journaling spot if you wanted to, you know, write anything there. So the one side I did forget is here, and those are 2 7/8. And I am going to just leave them for right now till I clean up my scraps, and we'll see what I have, and I'll get that down. But if you have enough, go ahead and cut 2 more 2 7/8 by 5 7/8 pieces for the back. You can leave it plain too if you like, or you know, if you have any other solids in your paper stash that kind of match, which we do have lots of those colors with other solids, especially our newer solids. Even a craft would look good if you've got that color background. But I don't have enough right now, but I will find something. So when it opens, there we go. And then when we decorate, we'll have the cake. And that is the cake that I did fuzzy cut. Oh, no, I did not. That is going to be from, nope, that's from our lasers when we go to decorate. Did I do the back? I did. Oh, you know what? I didn't even look. So that, okay. I didn't have enough either, so I just did a border and then a journal spot. Okay, I'm going to do that again. A 1 inch by 5 7/8, so that there's a journal spot back there. So I will do that again. Pop this in, and let me go ahead and cut those. Oh, that's packaging. Okay, perfect. 2 7/8. I'll just use that side. We'll cut it in half. And so it's 1 1/8. Now, if you have enough paper, you can go ahead and mat yours. So you could write a greeting. If you're doing like a big thing that you're going to use this for, maybe a wedding, a big wedding anniversary, and you're having a big party, you could even have people sign back there. Some more ink on there. And we will have some ephemera left over, so we could also, or lasers, those laser cutouts we can put in there. You always have something left over. Okay, I may trim that after we decorate. I think I'll just trim it now. It's kind of long. So I'm just going to tie another knot and then cut that. Okay, one more. We're going to do our 3x4s. And then we're going to decorate tomorrow. So I put a white matting here, which is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And the bottom. So we need to cut 3. Just put that in. Put that in. And get my white cardstock. And I want to cut 3 of those. Okay, so I'll go to 3 3/4 and then the 2 3/4. Oh, I shouldn't have done it that way, but that's okay. Because we have more of this one. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure when I'll do the live, but it will be recorded so that you guys can access it anytime. It might be in the morning and it might be in the evening. So I do apologize, but we have a class at the store and I just have to take care of a couple of things with them. And then I'll do a live. So it'll either be evening or, like I said, it's recorded so you guys can catch it anytime. Okay, these 2 are going to go on the back. Let's see something. Now I know I cut these down a little bit, so I am going to take I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off the edges, so I'll make it 2 3. Oh, that is 2 3/4. So I'll just take a 1/16 of an inch off. Better fit. Decorating will go fast. You'll just want to have your foam dots and the laser cutouts and also your words and then the little acrylic bobble thingies. Everything that was in if you bought the whole whole kit package. No, that goes over here. Okay, that was the last page that we needed to do any matting on before we decorate. Now, and I will go ahead and get my waterfall with my scraps. So when I say scraps, I will be using things like this. And then I will get that all matted. So tomorrow we'll just decorate. And we'll do the cover and we'll be done. Not bad, not bad. Just a day late. And see the difference by the time you get going. It gets so big after we get all those decorations in there. It's amazing. I always like to see the difference. Look how much bigger this one is than this one. But this one will be this one very soon. Okay. Well, it's been a fun evening with you guys. And a day too. Fun day. It was fun this afternoon. I forgot to put a frame somewhere, but we'll find it. And tomorrow then I will see some of you, because I know you have a life other than watching the lives, but I love it when you're here. It feels like we're all crafting together. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So have a great night. Bye-bye.